Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the 10 Minute Mailbag. This is the MLB The Show 24 series in which I take your questions from YouTube and Discord, and I answer them in a tidy little 10 to 12 to 13-ish minute video. We get right down to the facts, the information, the guesses, the theories, all stuff like that. We've got 3 really good questions on tap. Because, however, there's really nothing to present to you on the screen, you're going to have to bear with me as I speak and play some moments that I need to catch up on. So, regardless, we're still going to get to the same information we always get to. We're going to have a great time. So if you like this, subscribe, like the video. At any point, if you feel like there's a question you'd like to ask or a comment to something I've said, please kill the YouTube algorithm and put it in the comments down below. If it's a good question, I can get to it next week. We are now throwing 10 minutes on the clock, and we're going to get going. So, in 3, 2, 1, begin. Our first question today comes from SportsBallFan09 in the Discord. Shout out. With the announcement of the new season structure, which, teaser, we're going to talk about in tomorrow's podcast episode, what are some predictions for the 99 overall bosses in Season 3? SportsBallFan suggests that Sammy Sosa and Big Mac sound like natural choices for the first of 2 XP reward paths. Ooh. Again, we'll talk about that in the podcast tomorrow. I don't think you're incorrect with them being options. I mean, it's pretty evident that we have not gotten their 99s just yet. Oh my god, first swing. Ding dong. Sorry, getting off track. I'm going with these 3 guys, however. We need a 99 Hank Aaron still. Badly. 99 Eddie Murray is a fan favorite guy. I think he'd be cool to use. And I also think it is overdue Mike Messina, 99 Mike Messina. What I think SDS has kind of shown that they like to do with the XP path bosses is make them Hall of Fame caliber players. Frank Thomas, Derek Jeter, Bob Gibson was the last one. We've seen Roy Halladay, Chipper Jones, etc. Excuse me as I burp. So, I think they're going to stick with that theme. There are plenty of legends that still need high overall cards that you could consider XP bosses. And like I said, Homer. Like I said, I agree with you that Sosa and Maguire are overdue. The thing is, like, I hesitate to say this because everybody likes their own cards. I'm pretty sure just about nobody cares for Mark Maguire cards. His swing is really, both of his swings, really caca. And then Sammy Sosa's kind of like a take it or leave it type of guy. Some people enjoyed his swing, some people didn't. I thought he was a fun card when he was a boss last year. Or a collection reward, rather. So I'm on the fence with Sammy Sosa. Hank Aaron, pretty much universally loved. Mike Messina, I think people have not given enough of a chance to, if I'm being honest, because his cards pitch really well for me. And Eddie Murray is just a fun switch hitter you can get early in the reward path. So, I think SDS is going to... Why did I swing at that? I think they're going to try to give us more fan-favorite cards. Bobby Witt just stared at that, by the way. And that is why I'm not positive of Sosa and Big Mac. You know, they always throw in a pitcher. I think they're going to go pitcher, outfield, infield. It kind of just covers all the bases. LOL, baseball pun. So that's where I'm at. But I'm also, again, we're going to talk about this on the podcast tomorrow. I don't know if excited is the right word, because I still don't really love how content has rolled out this year. But Season 3 does look like it's going to be it's clearly going to be an accelerated creep. It seems like there's going to be more high-powered cards. Every time I say that, people get all pissy and moany in the comments. People hate 99s. People really do. It's a video game. I don't care. As most people don't. And listen, you can have your opinions if you want them. I'm not saying your opinion's invalid. I'm just saying it's probably in the minority. And that's okay. You're, like I said, allowed to have your opinions. But a lot of people get so pissy when I talk about how, it's due for some 99s. Just let people have fun. Either way, I think Season 3 is it's not gonna start off all at 89s, which is great. It's gonna get us going. We'll be to 99 soon. Season 3 also means we're officially in the back half of the game cycle. The Season 4 is gonna be no restrictions. This game is almost gone, sort of. So we can move on to better things soon. But thank you for your question as I continue to hit tanks. Our next question today from Barrickson8. I guess that's Erickson, but Barrickson8. Could they sacrifice the likeness of some legends no one cares about and use that money towards better ones? So this is in semi-response to last week's mailbag where we talked about the lack of legends and some other stuff. So here is the thing. Could they do that? Abso-friggin-lutely. But you know why they probably won't do that? Or at least they won't do that like wholesale. They'll do it minimally here and there. You want to know how to piss off an entire fan base playing your video game? Getting rid of their legends, even if nobody else cares for them. Like, the Phillies might not be the best example here because they usually get pretty good, they get very good legend representation. But, like, Robin Roberts and Richie Ashburn, like, with all due respect, they can go away forever. That's my opinion as a not Phillies fan. Phillies fans might feel differently, though nobody uses Richie Ashburn. But you know what I mean? Like, it's a great way to piss off segmented pieces of the population. So I don't think they can do that. What they can do, like I said, and this pissed somebody off, or he didn't have good reading comprehension skills last week, which is likely, because a lot of the people on the internet are absolute morons. I said that they let Ichiro's, like, rights phase out so they could refresh the game with new legends. Why did they do that? To give us a different playing experience. And I think that is kind of the way that they can go about doing what you're suggesting, just like the next time Richie Ashburn's contract comes up, which I feel like he's been in this game forever, don't renew it. And he's just one example. There are tons of other examples. I'm just using that one because it's, for some reason, top of mind. But, you know, I think that's how they do it. They don't, like, explicitly just get rid of all these legends one year. Like, hey, where'd all these crap cards go? Because they can't do that. Because it would piss everybody off. However, if you are selective with when some contracts expire, you can make good decisions that way. And then hopefully the legends that you pursue in their place significantly higher, or not higher caliber, but, like, just a more exciting player for the fan base of the game. Because I'm just, you know, Richie Ashburn's kind of caca. Even though his swing is kind of nice. I know, Richie Ashburn's swing, for all the hate he gets, is actually good. The problem is his attributes suck. Neither here nor there. Again, that's just one random example. But Barrickson, thank you for your question. As I struggle with this Mickey Mantle moment. Here's a question that I think is really interesting. It's another legend question, and I want to talk about this one. From Matthew White, who tends to provide very thought-provoking questions. Please hold as I swing. Thank you. If Ramon called you, Ramon, we're boys. We follow each other on Twitter, but I don't have his phone number. If Ramon called you and said they have a deal to sign both Roger Clemens and Sandy Koufax for Legends, or a deal, ready? Listen, you either get Roger Clemens and Sandy Koufax, or you can get Barry Zito, Tim Hudson, Kevin Brown, Steve Avery, Jack McDowell, Jimmy Key, David Cohn, Louis Tiant, Josh Beckett, Denny McClain. It's a pitcher question. Which do you think is better for MLB The Show 25? Hands down, and this is no disrespect to the first two players, hands down, I'm taking deal number 2. You're telling me I can get 2 new legends, or I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should have known it was 10. 10 new legends? I'm taking the 10. I am taking the 10 every day of the week, twice on Sundays, and I'll even call my mother about it. It's simple. It adds life. It adds players for every fan base. Like we just talked about in the last question. Barry Zito played for a couple teams. Tim Hudson, a few teams. Kevin Brown, a bunch of teams. Steve Avery, Jack McDowell, Jimmy Key. David Cohn was everywhere. Josh Beckett played a few places. Like, that's good. That's good. That's what I want. I want to be able to have a Legends roster. And again, I think I mentioned this last week, and I'd be curious if people have knowledge about it. I couldn't tell you how much a single one of these contracts cost. I don't know how much it costs to get someone's name, image, and likeness, especially, like, high-tier players or low-tier players. Like, Brian Dozier's rights don't cost the same as Vladimir Guerrero's, but I'm curious what those numbers look like. And if those numbers are influenced by how long the contract is, or whatever. But if you're telling me I can get Roger Clemens and Sandy Koufax for the same price of those 10 pitchers, as much as I would think Roger Clemens being in the game and Sandy Koufax being in the game would be super neato, I'm taking the 10. And I'm curious what you all would do, because nobody responded to this question in the comments, and I'm shocked because I think that would be a really interesting talking point. If you guys had a choice, I should have hit that, would you be taking the 2 pitchers or the 10 pitchers? I'm pretty sure overwhelmingly it's going to be the 10. As much as some people want Clemens and Koufax, which is totally fair and I get it, give me the 10. Pitching always seems like it is a strict meta, for obvious reasons, and I get it. But the more pitchers that we can add into the game that can either, like, subvert the meta or be part of the meta but just give us options within the meta, that's really good. And so I would hope some of these guys can do that. That would be, I mean, talk about this year maybe not having, like, the juiciest of legends in its totality. Like, yes, the Yankees got a bunch of legends. I know I'm a Yankee fan. Everyone gets upset when I talk about the Yankee legends and their team stinks. I know. Your teams need new legends too. But that's what I'm talking about here. I'm trying to get your team's new legends. This would be neat. Let's do this. Everybody, that will do it for another 10-minute mailbag. I hope you enjoyed watching me hit Dookie Dookies in the background because I have not played this game in a while. So I have to catch up before Season 3 begins. Please let me know your thoughts on anything we talked about, especially that last question. Really, really interesting. And make sure you leave your questions down below. That's the most important part of the 10-minute mailbag is your guys' interaction in the comment section. I need you. Thank you to all for making it to the end. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.